the Indigenous Support Unit at the University of Technology, Sydney. Currently there are around 300 Indigenous undergrad students, and they pride themselves on their high standard of educational and holistic support.
I'm part of our learning development team, so we're the part of Jumbunna that works directly with our Indigenous students to support them in their learning. My role at the moment is Education Specialist Advisor, so I've got a particular focus on research and evaluation to do with our students learning our programs, in particular our support programs, and other projects to do with supporting students to transition from the high school environment into the university environment.
The Indigenous tertiary success rate still is not on par with non-Indigenous graduates. However, it is improving.
But what I can tell you is that the numbers have certainly increased. There's been a steady increase in the number of Indigenous students coming here, and that's been a very conscious policy on behalf of UTS. I can say that our university has got a really genuine commitment to widening access to Indigenous students. So our numbers are sitting in around the 350 mark at the moment in undergrad, and around 40 with our postgraduate research students, and around the same with coursework. In terms of how they go when they get here, which I think is a really important thing for us to be keeping a close watch on, what we've seen over the last 10 years is a steady increase in how well students are doing when they come here. So just since 2010, our Indigenous students' success rate has increased from 67 to 83% of their subjects, which I'm sure you'll agree is a fantastic improvement over a relatively short amount of time.
I mean, there's various reasons, and could be circumstantial or whatnot. Maybe something happening in the community or family. I think that's a big thing. If things aren't going well back home or with family, that tends to be a big factor, indicator for students to drop out because they feel they're not supported. Also, I guess homesickness as well, maybe. That could be another factor. We get a lot of students that are from, interstate or regional communities, so that could be a factor, in the big city, coping to, study and live. Sydney's pretty expensive as well, so rent, everything.
The Learning Development Team at Jumbunna prides themselves on having a specific space for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. Jumbunna have created a community-safe environment to encourage successful rates of graduates.
That comprehensive wraparound approach to supporting our students, so we have a student services team. So really our aim is that, we say Jumbunna is our students' home away from home, and we try and really make that genuine by having wraparound support for their personal and social well-being as well as their academic. And what's also really great to see is that the attrition rate has actually halved in the same period. So it's dropped from 22% attrition down to 12%. And what we've seen is the gap between our non-Indigenous students and our Indigenous students has steadily declined over those years. So